It's always fascinating to me that God hides his cures for the maladies of man throughout nature. In this case, I like to talk about the moringa tree, which may very well be a solution to 85% of human disease, malnutrition, as well as disease. During my travels down into Guatemala during a medical trip, I was reintroduced to the moringa tree by the missionaries working down there. My mother works as a missionary in the Philippines and uses moringa as a supplement for her patients in the clinic. And the missionaries in Guatemala are attempting to do the same. It grows plentifully in Guatemala and it's been around for thousands of years. It's been used in ancient medicine and Ayurvedic medicine as well as Chinese medicine. It's a wonderful tree. It provides food, provides medicine, provides nutrition, and it's very, very low maintenance. They did a study in Guatemala, and they found that if every household had at least 5 moringa trees growing around the household, then that household would not experience any malnutrition. Now, as you can see in the picture, you have bean pods. The moringa tree has or grows multiple green pods or bean pods throughout the year, and these bean pods are often harvested while they're young and they're cooked and eaten as a vegetable. Now this is really important, especially in Guatemala, northern Guatemala, because the soil is very thin, it's very poor, so it's very difficult to grow any vegetables. And so if a person were to grow moringa trees, you could harvest these beans and eat them throughout the year, as well as eat the leaves, and use it for multiple other things as well. The wonderful thing about the moringa tree is it's one of the fastest growing plants in the world. It grows almost as fast as bamboo, and it's certainly the fastest growing tree in the world, which for people who are concerned about climate change or deforestation, moringa tree is definitely the answer to those problems. If you look at the leaves, I have a chart here, and you can read it for yourself. How the leaves help with different maladies, helps with digestion, vision, helps with cancer, definitely helps with diabetes, helps with detoxification, has 7 times as much vitamin C as an orange, 4 times as much vitamin A as a carrot, 3 times as much potassium as a banana, 3 times as much vitamin E as an almond, and 3 times as much iron as in spinach. The flower itself can be used as a tea. You can use for medicinal purposes. If I remember correctly, I don't believe it can be used, it can be consumed by people who are pregnant. So women who are pregnant stay away from the flower. The leaves are fine. Every other part of the tree is fine. And again, with the moringa tree, every part of the tree can be used for some purpose, whether it be for medicine or whether it be for food, or even whether it be for cleaning water. Pods of the plants or the seeds are absolutely fascinating. So again, you can harvest the beans or the pods while they're still young and put them in a vegetable soup, or you can eat them or cook them. They're harvested in India. Again, you haven't mentioned this before, but the moringa tree is specific to around the equator warm areas, and these regions use the pods as food. Now the seeds can actually be crushed and the oil extracted. The oil usually sells for about $400 for a liter, so a person can make quite a good business off of that. The oil can be used as a biodiesel. You can put it in your diesel engine and run your truck on it. Not only that, it can be used to cook your food like olive oil. and it doesn't grow rancid either. There's the anti-inflammatories or the antioxidants are so strong in the oil. The roots of the plant itself is medicinal. It can be used for arthritis, it can be used to treat type 2 diabetes. When I was down in Guatemala, the number one problem down there was type 2 diabetes, thanks to the imported Western diet, soda, processed food, as well as the tortillas that they eat. Many of the people have type 2 diabetes. And while I was treating patients down there, we had multiple patients who were missing limbs due to amputations due to the diabetes. Some other fascinating things about the moringa tree and has its applications when it comes to agriculture. So if you feed animals, if you feed livestock, cows or goats or sheep, moringa, then their milk output actually increases about 20 to 30%. If you take the powder, the moringa powder, and you put it in a sprayer and you spray your vegetables on it, your cucumbers, your squash, then you'll actually have an increase of 30% of produce simply by spraying this on your vegetables. It has to do with a plant hormone that it has. Another fascinating thing is its ability to purify water. If you take the leaves and you put it in water, in sewer water, it'll actually become clear, it'll become potable. And it has very strong antibacterial, antiparasitic properties, and it'll actually remove 96% of the bacteria in the sewer water or whatever water, undrinkable water is that you may come across. So it's an excellent way to treat water across the world. So we already talked about the nutrition a little bit. You can go ahead and read some of the things that the moringa leaf helps with. Again, diabetes is a big one. Cancer is a big one as well. Helps regulate your blood sugar. And it also helps with constipation or digestive issues. Again, if someone is suffering from parasitic or bacterial infections, ingesting moringa will definitely help treat that. Another thing that the moringa helps with is weight loss. So what it does is it helps speed up the metabolism. So there's one recipe where you get your moringa powder, and you mix 1 to 2 tablespoons with several cups, I would say a liter of water, along with a half a cup of grapefruit juice. And 2 tablespoons is too much. I would stick to 1. Then go ahead and drink it on an empty stomach in the morning and the evening. And they did some studies. They found that people who were exercising and eating the exact same diet lost about twice as much weight doing this method. But still, it's going to take a while, so it's not a quick fix. You still need to change your diet, and you still need to obviously exercise. But this is a great addition to someone who's trying to lose that stubborn belly fat. You can get the oil. The oil itself is excellent for skincare. It helps remove wrinkles. It helps with oxidative stress on the skin. The oil itself is fairly inexpensive if you buy it combined with other ingredients. But you can definitely use it for skincare. So growing moringa. Now moringa typically you want to keep it below the well, actually, I say below the fifth zone. We're in zone 5A here in Wisconsin. So you want to keep it fairly warm. Now, as far as growing moringa from the seed, if you want to do that, you want to get the seed directly from the plant. If you buy the seeds from Amazon, they most likely will have lost their germination. I was able to harvest some from the trees and then bring them directly from Guatemala. And so I have probably 20 plants growing right now, and successfully. If any of my patients want a seed or one or two seeds to use for their own garden, they can certainly do so. I'd certainly give them. Now, moringa prefers sandy soil, prefers about around 6 hours of sunlight, and it can withstand the winter at times. But the problem is if the roots freeze, then you're going to kill the plant. So I'll be doing an experiment. I'll have some inside my house as well as outside my house, and we'll see how that goes. But by 8 months, your plants will be ready to actually produce leaves, and you can begin harvesting pods from your tree. It grows that quickly. So my recommendation would be start growing it from seed, and during the winter time, just bring it inside in a sunny area. Again, it grows very, very fast, almost as fast as bamboo. Lastly, for my recommendations would be to utilize the moringa powder. I know the leaves fresh are obviously preferable, but we don't have that right now. And I'll be carrying moringa powder in the office for anyone who wants to use some. I would recommend possibly 2 teaspoons. If you can do a whole tablespoon, do a whole tablespoon. I've known missionaries who are older missionaries who could only take it so much because their brains were just way too active. So it's going to definitely increase your energy. It's going to increase your just your ability to think, your ability to detoxify, your ability to regulate your blood sugar. All these things are very, very important, and it's actually very inexpensive. So I hope you found this helpful, and yeah, look forward to hearing your stories that you want to share about your moringa powder or growing experiences. All right, take care.